iHeart Podcasts. Hear more Gold 101.7 podcasts,
playlists, and listen live on the free iHeart app.
Yeah, everybody, it's time for Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor. Hey, everybody, it's time for Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor. It's the cutting room floor.
On the cutting room floor today.
Do we have raccoons in Australia?
No, I don't think we do.
What's our equivalent? A possum?
Yeah, I'd say it'd be a possum.
Well, this is an interesting story about raccoons in the States then. A new study from the University of Arkansas, Little Rock. That's where we got the Clintons.
That's home of Bubba.
Well, yes, and
Yeah.
Mrs. Bubba.
Mrs. Bubba. Well,
Mr. and Mrs. Clinton, President and Secretary of State.
Yeah.
All of that. But they found that urban raccoons have snouts that are 3.5% shorter than rural ones. And what this means is that this is signs of early domestication.
Oh.
Research suggests that living around humans and relying on human trash, this favours raccoons that are calmer, that are more tolerant, traits associated with tameness. So this also may relate to neural crest domestication, Barbara, should be good with science words.
Sorry?
What happens is that, and I'll talk you through what happened with dogs when they were domesticated, the muzzles are shorter, which is what we are seeing in these city raccoons.
Right.
So when dogs were domesticated, this is the same thing that happened when they went from wolves to being dogs. There were skull and facial changes, shorter snouts, because dogs if a dog is a lap dog, and those dogs like Pekingese and things that are bred to sit on your lap, they've been bred to have much shorter snouts and big eyes so that they can sit on your lap and look you in the face.
And you see more of them getting pushed around in prams now.
Yeah.
So do you think, like, say, in, 100 years' time, or no, it'd be more, it'd be like 1,000 years' time, will these dogs be incapable of walking at all?
No, they're being pushed around in prams because they're elderly dogs. Dogs, and I learnt this from Chris Brown, dogs like to be high up, and so if you want your dog to have an outing but it's too old to walk, you put it in a pram. I have new sympathy for that now. I've got an older dog.
Right.
But also dogs like mine, she's a border collie, she's got a bit of a longer snout. German Shepherds, all those dogs that have long snouts, when you talk to them and they say, do you want to go for a walk? Is it time for dinner? They will move their head from side to side when they look at you because they are trying to look around their own snout to read your facial expressions. So dogs that are bred to be lap dogs sit on your lap and read that much more easily. So animals that have shorter snouts are more cuddly, cozy. So these animals also are having a smaller body size. Wolves were big. We forget how big they were. Dogs became smaller. Their ears dropped. Floppy ears is a sign of friendliness. A lot of this stuff was changes that made them friendlier, cuter, and more puppy-like. That's what we've bred into these dogs that started as wolves because they are less aggressive, they are cuter, and one of the things too is their guts can handle human food and cooked foods rather than just tearing around meat in the wild. So they are less aggressive, their faces are less aggressive, their teeth are smaller, and now they're starting to see all of that in raccoons.
Right.
Would you have a pet raccoon?
Well, they're not here.
But I follow some
I'd probably have one over a possum.
Well, yeah.
Well, we got possums everywhere around here.
But I follow a whole lot of sites on, social media sites of people who animals walk in and they're injured and they look after them. A lot of people do look after injured or orphaned raccoons.
Yeah, for sure.
And they end up sort of sitting at the table with them and eating out of the fruit bowl and part of the family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When I was in Western Australia, there was a family up there. They'd always look after injured kangaroos, little kangaroos, and
they grow into big muscly
well,
things.
then they can rip you apart if you see how.
Well, let's talk about Michael Jackson's chimp. People who buy little chimps have a lot of trouble when they reach adolescence.
Yeah.
Even Bubbles had to be shipped off somewhere.
But yeah, well, Bubbles was going to parties with Michael Jackson, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Remember that? You were telling me that.
Yeah, went to parties.
And apparently he held court.
Apparently he was far more social than Michael was. People wanted to talk to Bubbles rather than Michael.
It's because Michael was hurling the feces round. Got Liz Taylor right in the mush.
You can see it more on the white gloves.
Okay, kids, that's it for today. Come back tomorrow for more Jonesy Amanda's cutting room